We're back with another episode. We're back with another episode of Britt Says. And how are you guys doing? I hope you guys had an amazing last week, and you're definitely going to have an amazing this week. And yeah. So, how was my week? My week was good, I cooked some rasta pasta, honey. This was the last of the week, but it ain't gonna happen. What else did I do? I did something else that I wanted to bring up. I do very domestic stuff lately. Like, I'm one of the girls that's like just over summer, summer is probably, dwindling by now because it is September 6th. Happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. But also when the weather starts cooling down, I get very, it's the motorcycle for me. I get very woosah. Like, I just want to chill, just want to relax type of mode. So yeah, I've been chilling lately. I was thinking, Femi was thinking about doing a vacation for me for my birthday, but I'm like, I can't even say everything, but we'll see. But doing a full vacation, I don't know. And it's just getting crazy out here. It's Labor Day. And let's talk about Labor Day. I always kind of figured I knew what Labor Day was, but I just want to make sure, because, I'm West Indian. When I think of Labor Day, I think of freaking the parade. I think of Juve. I think of that. But I never thought about what Labor Day really stands for. And according to the Pioneer Woman, Labor Day is a time to pay tribute to American workers for all of their many contributions and achievements through the years created by the labor movement in the 19th century. Labor Day honors the men and women who fought tirelessly for workers' rights, especially the 8-hour workday we have now. Wow. What was the workday? It's crazy how there's so many rules that weren't in place. I guess they was just taking advantage of motherfuckers. They had motherfuckers working 15 hours, 16 hours, 20-hour days. Bitch, probably work your whole life away, bitch. Even now, I don't know if it's only a New York State law, but if you work full-time, you're required to get health care, things like that. So back then, the job could say, we don't offer benefits, we don't offer health insurance. And, some people still be doing some ghetto shit, but that's neither here nor there. But, I see some things in the streets when I was looking for a job. I'm just saying. But, yeah, it's crazy. So, happy Labor Day to everyone. And if you celebrating today in the parade, I might want to do something this year. Maybe not. I'm capping. I'm big capping, bitch. I'm big capping. I've been to Labor Day parade when I was young. I went when I was older. One time I went when I was older and I really just didn't like it. It was a lot going on. People was throwing up. It was I get it. But also I was sober. We should have came drunk. Me and my friend should have came drunk at the time, because then I saw a fight, and that year was crazy. I don't even remember what year it was, but I wasn't feeling the energy. You feel me? I wasn't feeling it at all. I never been to Juve. We tried to go to Juve, but we couldn't find it or something. I don't know how that worked. But yeah, my experiences with the Labor Day parade, I really want to have a good experience older, but I don't know. We'll see. What else been stressing me out? My freaking hair. Okay, I had this hairstyle in for mad long. Oh, not in. If you streaming, the freaking hair got attached to my eyelash because I was being dramatic. Yo, the struggle to get a hair appointment. I'm telling you, I think something going on with the braids, and these hairstyles is not lasting long, so bitches getting hair done constantly. Okay, over the summertime, I was mad easy for me to get a freaking hair appointment. Okay, not mad easy. I'm capping. It was a little hard. It was still hard, but it was just let's just put it this way. I'm not getting my hair done until September 17th. Okay? And I booked my appointment August 24th. So think about that. That's like a 3-week wait, sis. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's fucking crazy. And I'm just thinking about it because I'm just like so over it. Like, you guys are seeing this episode on September 6th. So it's just like, September 17th not that bad, Brittany. But I had this hair style for mad long. It's just so much be itchy as fuck. It's just the hair struggle for me. And then the hair be costing mad money. That's the only thing I'm happy about is like, dang, you really got your money's worth with this hairstyle. Like, I remember I got it done before I went to Minnesota. And I went to Minnesota July 14th. And I think I got it done like that weekend before. So like July 10th. No, wait. I went to Minnesota July 10th. I don't remember. I just remember something with the 14. Let me see, y'all. I just remember it was 14. Like, I remember that number. But I think I came home. Let's see. Because you know how, like, they still got... Oh, yeah. I left July 10th. So I must have got my... Dang, I must have got my hair done. My appointments, I keep... Because you know how, like... Let me show y'all. You know how, like, on... Whenever you make an appointment, it goes automatically into your calendar. And that should stay there. So I could see when I got my hair done and stuff. Exactly when I got my hair done. Must have been a second. No, I don't remember. When the fuck did I get this done? It's just blowing my high. Like, when did I do my hair? Oh, the reason why it's not my phone because I didn't make an appointment for this. I just went I went in the trenches, my nigga. Like, I just went in the trenches. I went to Harlem, got my shit sewed in. Then I went on Brooklyn and got it braided. I don't remember. I had an interview that day. I think I got my hair done July 7th. That's a long time to have a hairstyle in these days. That's good, though. That means I'll have had it in over 2 months. Yeah. 2 months and a week. I like that. Back in the day, hairstyles deadass used to last longer than a month. Like, some girls don't like leaving their hair in for longer than 2 weeks, and that's cute for you. Love that. Some girls don't like leaving their hair in for over a month. 2 months to me is a cap. I used to, back in the day when bitches really knew how to braid, I could leave box braids in for 3 months. And I saw like a post about that, how like they was like, oh, y'all be getting your hair braided by all these little newbie braiders. That's why they don't last as long as they used to. I'm like, they might be on to something, bitch, because dead ass, when I tell you box braids, but them was the micro jump offs with the human hair. Them shits used to last dumb long, boy. But not to get in my hair bag. But yes, happy Labor Day. You know, happy Labor Day to the working people. And you know, they just took the extra $300 from the people with unemployment, bitch. And you know what? I don't like that shit because they did that shit right before Labor Day. Like, how you gonna celebrate? They trying to be fucking funny. They trying to be funny. That's what I feel. You take the extra $300 from the unemployed right before Labor Day. It's given trying to be funny. And there's only one fucking jokester in this country, bitch. It is me. Nah, I really don't like that shit. Now that I'm thinking about it, I really don't. A lot of people, unbeknownst to me, hated people on unemployment. Like, I did not know that unemployment collectors were so hated. Like, I learned through TikTok, through social media, through like Twitter, because sometimes I lurk on Twitter. I know I don't post, and I always say, oh, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. Like, I'll put my Twitter handle, but I sometimes lurk up there, and I was like, yo, people really don't fuck with niggas who collect unemployment, my nigga. Like, wow, y'all really fucking thraka. Like, I was collecting unemployment, and I just want to say thank you, praise the Lord, thank you, Jesus, because I was able to pay my bills, you know. And y'all gotta understand, people who collect unemployment had a job prior. You know, I know y'all want them to hurry up and get a fucking job, but the job market is not that easy. While I was collecting unemployment, I was looking for a job for mad. Like, this was the hardest, for obvious reasons, but this was one of the hardest job searches ever. And then people just be like, oh, you could find a job. Or whatever, like, you could get a job. Like, they basically saying you could go work at McDonald's, you could go work at Wendy's. Like, my nigga, like, shout out to me, fast food retail workers and stuff. Like, I got a degree, I shouldn't have to go work at McDonald's. Y'all just saying you should just get any job. But I can't even do nothing with that. Niggas can't even live even get an apartment with minimum wage. So for people to just be like, oh, go get any job, and that is jobs out here, as somebody who was, oh my gosh, I could make this a whole big topic, to be honest with you. As somebody who was looking for a job, I was even looking for a job like when the pandemic was at its peak and shit. I did get some interviews. Then I was looking for it in the wintertime around the election. So many things happened and people was just moving really funny. And just the amount of professionalism that's going on. Like, a lot of people is working from home and working remote, and it's giving very remote. It's giving very unprofessional. Like, I've been doing job interviews over like Zoom, and people got on graphic tees and they hair wrapped up in a bun. Like, I get it, you're working from home, but it's just like, damn, my nigga, like, or I've been in interviews where people was flirting with me. That's a different conversation. What else have I experienced? I've had job interviews where literally my interview was at 11:30 and somebody called me at 3 p.m. That's like ridiculous. That's like a 4-hour time gap, but I wanted a job so bad. I was like, I'll take the call, bitch. Send me the call. I had a job interview where, like, I have horror stories, bitch. I had a job interview where the bitch gets on the call and she like, you know what? We just had a meeting today and they scared to hire in your job market. You want to work in Pennsylvania? Bitch, do I look like I want to work in Pennsylvania? And for some of y'all, you're like, but you don't got a job. Bitch, I'm not paying all that money in gas to drive from New York City to Pennsylvania. So knock it the fuck off. And tolls and all that shit. Like, niggas is not doing that because that cut down your fucking salary all the way. If you got to pay tolls, you got to pay gas. Like, stop. Stop. For real. So the job market is fucking crazy. It's crazy. It was crazy. Like, I could tell you some fucking horror stories, okay? So that's why when I got a job, I was like, oh my gosh. So I really, really get annoyed when people is like, it's jobs out there. Okay, it's jobs out there, technically, DK, my nigga, but like, for people to live, maybe people really want a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, something they could live off. Like, they looking for a certain hourly rate, and y'all gotta respect that, because you don't know what they was doing before COVID. I mean, before they got laid off. And you also don't know, maybe while they was on unemployment, they was just reevaluating their life. And people have that right. People have that right. And number one, for instance, like, I went back to work, and I saw my motherfucking first check, and they taking off fucking money for Medicaid and I forgot what else. And I'm like, well, bitch, I'm happy because they've been taking that shit off my check all my life. I've been fucking paying for unemployment, paying for fucking Medicaid, and never had to be on none of that shit. And now I feel like I got all my motherfucking money back, bitch. So, and people like, how you using our tax dollars? Okay, and do you want to fight? Like, for real. Like, the job market is scarce. Especially in New York City. I don't want to be shady, but a lot of these jobs at these companies, these people is not even from New York City, my nigga. The job market in New York City is so fucking crazy. Like, it's crazy. It's a lot of competition out here. Like, people is moving here in droves. They just said the other day that New York City became the most expensive place for rent. I think it's just top San Francisco. And a lot of people is moving here from different states. You got to remember, one apartment don't have one family in it no more. One apartment will deadass have 4 different motherfuckers chasing 4 different dreams. You feel me? Like, the competition is crazy out here. It's scary out here. And so that's what peeves me about people who just hate people who's on unemployment, is because y'all really being very, very... I get it to a point. And I feel like I'm gonna keep it a buck. I feel like it's some hater shit, like, real talk. Like, I'm gonna keep it a bucky, my nigga. Like, niggas is mad they couldn't collect. Niggas is mad they didn't get laid off, my nigga. Like, real talk. And niggas was out here using, especially when it was 600, especially when it was giving that extra 600, fuck out of here. Niggas is mad that people was buying Casamigos, doing hookah, going to the club, and getting their life together. Are you mad? My nigga, I just lost my job. I'm lit. Fuck is you talking about? And they told me they gonna cash me out. How are you mad? Like, but whatever. Funny story. I didn't even know. I put on my life. I didn't even know I was gonna get into all that. But today's episode is actually about career changing. So y'all know I'm being like more strategic strategic with Britt Says. Like, I have mad episodes planned out. So it's funny how it's Labor Day and we talking about career, we talking about unemployment, and I picked that today's episode would be about career changing, when to change careers and or business ideas. It just all aligns, bitch. It all aligns, bitch. I need some water, but my water's all over there, so whatever. But yeah, it all aligns. And what made me think of this episode? I feel like sometimes, you know, we all get frustrated in our careers and in our jobs, and depending on what you've been through, and not even just careers and jobs. Well, a business is a job. When I say careers and jobs, I mean for the entrepreneurs, the 9 to 5, everybody, all of us is a funky family, bitch. Even when I started working or looking for a job, I was just frustrated because, you know, I went to school fashion merchandising, but I'm like, the retail industry is kind of dying. Fashion is nowhere space. And even with Britt Says, you know, do I get frustrated sometimes? Hell yeah. You know, only getting 3 views, or sometimes I might not get as much downloads. Like, I'll get mad downloads one week. I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm thinking it might be because of the TikToks or whatever that I've been doing and stuff. And sometimes I don't. And it gets frustrating or whatever. But then one of the top things that people who become successful say is, like, remain consistent. Like, even when you think people's not watching, they're watching. And also, too, I sometimes feel like deep down in my heart, I don't only do Britt Says because I want something out of it, but I think I actually like it. Like, I think I said this like mad episodes ago, that I just enjoy doing it. Like, just like I post Britt Says on my Instagram account. Some people post pictures on their Instagram account. Some people post themselves partying on their Insta stories. I post my opinion. That's just how I look at it. Like, it's my account, my social handles. That's what I post on TikTok. That's my choice. Like, it's just something I like to do. Does that make sense? So, but I could easily get frustrated because, but Britt Says has been around 3 years or 2 years. I'm not sure. Maybe 2 or 3 years. And I could easily just give up, you know? But I do it because I love it. I actually enjoy it. I like putting up videos on YouTube. Just like, I saw something so funny too, and it just made me laugh. It was a TikTok, and he was like, me pretending I have a podcast and a YouTube channel. So it's people who do that, who play around like that, and I just feel like I basically do the things that I would pretend to do if I wasn't doing it. Does that make sense? Like, I could definitely see me in the house pretending to have a podcast if I didn't really act on it. Or pretend to have a YouTube channel, like, hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. Like, you know what I'm saying? They were saying, mad people were saying that they do that in their house. Like, it had mad likes and comments. And I'm like, people are so weird. We're all so funny. But I know a lot of times, even people who have way more followers than me, like, I hear it all the time. Like, I guess when you get to a certain point, you do feel like you want more. Like, I hear people who have, like, let's say 100K followers on Instagram, and I don't know, they got followers on YouTube. I mean, subscribers on YouTube. They'll be like, I don't feel like I'm good where I'm at. I feel like I should be way more progressive. And I'm just like, well, goddamn. Like, you're really thriving. Like, I feel like I get it. The grass is always greener on the other side. But those are some of the people that really scare me. Like, would you actually really give up when you really this far? You get what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people do that. And of course, it's easy to give up when you're really, really low. Of course. But there's also the conversation where sometimes it is, I don't like the word give up, you know. I think sometimes you do have to change your career or change what you're doing per se. Sometimes it's not just change the full career, maybe just change how you move or what you decide to do or whatever the case may be. Like, it's not all about quitting. Does that make sense? And I think we do. That's what I want to have a conversation about, is like the different, I guess the difference between like quitting and giving up. Some people, we could talk about all of that, but basically the difference between like changing and quitting or giving up, like you're not really giving it up if you never really cared about it, or if you weren't as passionate about it, or if you weren't as strong at it, you know what I'm saying, as you should have been. Or I don't even know. I don't know. Like, because I really don't like to say people should give up on things, but is there a time when maybe you're not good at something? And how do you determine that? I don't know. I don't like that. I guess because I'm such a creative, that's why this topic could be biased, but I'm going to try my hardest not to be biased. I feel like I'm a creative. Like, I like to do things. I love to see people do things and make businesses and be creative and come up with ideas, especially like people you would least expect to do it. And I do want to see people thrive, and sometimes I might look at them and think it's dope, but I don't know what's going on behind the scenes and things like that. So IDK. I don't know. I don't freaking know. But what we're going to do to help me out a little bit is, you know, before most topics, what do we like to do? Expand our minds. Expand your mind, expand your mind, expand your mind. So, in an article on careershifters.org titled "Time for a Career Change, 11 Uncomfortable Signs You Need to Make a Shift." You're thinking about a new career, but how do you know if you really need a change? Are these feelings just normal ups and downs, or are they warning flags you need to pay attention to? Check out our guide to the most important clues you're in the wrong career. All right, so let's see. Body breakdown. Interesting. You feel it most at the beginning and at the end of the day. Heavy, tired, drained, or energy. As your mind pipes up with its piercing morning chorus of ugh and oof and do I have to, your body joins in with the baseline weight and ache and slowness. 2, chronic busy brain. You are familiar with the Sunday night blues, right? That rising sense of dread as the weekend draws to a close. But what you don't hear so much about are the Sunday night blues nightmare relatives. Midnight crazy thought loop, first thing in the morning, panicky pitter patter, depressing daydreams, and poke me in the eye, everything is hopeless. Okay. Confidence canyon. Yes, okay, this is number 3, confidence canyon. You are starting to wonder if the problem is in fact you. It feels like you're the wrong shape for this position. You don't fit in your work. It's awkward and uncomfortable and it's dull. Interesting. 4, sticky money. If it weren't for the money, you'd have left by now. The paycheck is regular, chunky, keeps the parents happy. You have responsibilities you need to take care of, the mortgage, your family, your future, all important points. Money's great, but is that the main reason you're staying in your career? 5, self-medication. You wouldn't call it vice exactly. It's just an extra round in the bar after work, another evening in front of the TV. 6, split personality. Being at work feels like putting on an act. Shit. 7, future proofing. You're unhappy where you are right now, but imagining yourself doing your boss's job, or your boss's job is even worse. Touchy subjects. Your career is tough to talk about. At parties, you dread the inevitable question, so what do? 9, irreconcilable differences. This isn't a new feeling for you, and it's not something you've just pushed under the rug. Let me see. What's this one? Resignation. It feels like you're living under a blanket. Soft, blurry around the edges, muffled. The edges are still there, but you stop feeling them so intensely. What's the point? Apathy has set in. I don't get this one. If you've reached the point where you've essentially given up, it's time to shake things up. Okay, you're here. Oh, it's basically if you've went on this website, if you're Googling it, then you probably need to change your career. That is true with a lot of things. Let's get into this. Okay, so some of it, of course, I agree with. Body breakdown. In a regular 9 to 5, if you feel tired and drained and all that by the time you get home and you lack of energy and you're fucking with your relationship and your marriage, I feel like, one, no job is perfect. That's number one. Like, sometimes things are going to drain you. Being an entrepreneur, sometimes it's gonna drain you. I'm pretty sure Beyonce gets fucking tired. Imagine when they go on tour. I'm pretty sure fucking Elon Musk gets tired or stressed out, you know. But granted, I don't know if they love their job. Elon Musk seems like he really loves Tesla and making robots and shit and finding ways to eliminate traffic. He gives me very much. He knows what he does. And I'm pretty sure he works very hard, because you have to work really hard to come up with ideas like that, period. But I guess it's a feeling you get when you just drained out and you can't do shit about it. I've been in a space like that where you just so tired and there's nothing you can do about it. Like Elon Musk, at the end of the day, he makes so much fucking money that if one day he says, I want to take a month off, I want to take 2 months off, make shit, even 5 months, he can do that. He has created a business, a career in which he can stop and money's still coming in. And I think he'll be just fine. And he has a team that can help him and push him forward. Can you say the same, you know? Do I get tired sometimes? Sometimes I do wake up and be like, I gotta film Britt Says, but bitch, I still get in front of the mirror and put on my makeup. It's never like... And for me, sometimes I feel like with anything, even like going to work or whatever, I feel like with anything, sometimes you like, oh, gotta get up. But it's different. It's like a different, because I've been there too, where I'm like, fuck, I gotta go to work, and I dead ass don't want to go every single day. Like, I have been there. I know exactly what they talking about. Like, you just like, fuck. And it's just like, ugh. Or if you know, even too, with being an entrepreneur, like, you're like, oh my God, I gotta take a picture. I gotta, like, people sleep on influencers. Like, when I was, like, taking pictures all the time, like, trying to take pictures, and, like, the idea of putting makeup on, especially when you're doing it on your own, like, you don't have a team. Like, you just you. That shit is hard in the beginning. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. People think, oh, I just put on makeup, you can put on clothes, you can suppose. Like, that shit fake annoying, like, after a while. Like, it's fun once it's all done, but, like, waking up, putting on makeup, finding a place to shoot, like, it's too much. It's too fucking much. Like, it's too much. Like, sometimes you can... Let's see, I gotta handle this. Random, something I need to handle. Like, it's too much. Like, certain shit is just too fucking much. Like, for real. It's just too fucking much. So, it's like, you gotta know. It's like a different type of body breakdown. Like, it's like this feeling. And let's talk about that too. Because sometimes you might be creating a body breakdown. Like, I had to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, currently, like, when I said I had to write down all my topics, I always used to write down all my topics. But I wrote down a lot of topics. Like, I don't even want to tell you how much topics I wrote down. And we spoke about that 2 episodes ago about being alone. And that's what I do. Like, when I'm by myself, I'm very focused. So, one of the ways to just save me stress is I already know what the fuck I'm going to talk about when I come up here, right? Pre-recording. I kept telling y'all, the episode come out Monday. It should be no reason I'm uploading on a Sunday. You get what I mean? Filming on a Sunday. Because now I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself. So sometimes, too, body breakdown could just be you. I know people, too, in a regular 9 to 5 or regular work, they're coming home still doing work. You making yourself stressed out. Because once you clock out, once you walk out of that building, you shouldn't be doing no more work. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. So sometimes you gotta find out, like, is your body broken down because of the job or because of you, sis? Or sometimes some motherfuckers be so hyped they got a new position, they start getting all tangled up in the fucking job, bitch. Like, you love the job, but you love it too much. You get what I'm saying? Like, you obsessed. Like, you're doing too much, and you're moving unstrategically. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's say you're an influencer. You gotta put up a promo, and they saying you gotta do it by, I'm trying to pick a date, September 28th, right? Today's September 6th. Plan accordingly. Don't do the shit on the 28th. I know we're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Try to organize your life. Make a schedule. Sometimes we set ourselves up for failure. We make things hard for ourselves. You get what I'm saying? And that's why we feel like our body is broken down and overworked. Now, if your job or even too, like as an entrepreneur, some things you could say no to. Some things you just can't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't book yourself to do 3 things in one day. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know money is like, but sometimes we create body breakdown. Like, we make a job hard for us. Even as an entrepreneur, you can make something too hard for you. You get what I'm saying? If you're selling a product, maybe, if you know your product is getting popular and you put fucking 500 of these items on your damn website and you the only motherfucker, the only person running that shit, okay? No, catch this. You put, let's say for instance, because I know how like sometimes, especially now, supply and demand is terrible right now. Let's say for instance, you put that a pre-sale for 500, right? You put, do pre-sale. Sometimes people do pre-sales just to know like, how much I'm gonna need, how much people really actually want to buy before they like, buy their wholesale item, which is smart. Supply and demand fucked up ever since COVID, bitch. So you tell these motherfuckers, all right, pre-sale, and you should have your item by September 15th. Knowing damn well you don't know if them items is going to get there by September 15th. What should you have done? You should have ordered a select amount. Maybe I get it, it's risky, but now you're going to fuck up your customer service because you said it was supposed to get there by September 15th. Now the items ain't getting there, bitch, till November. Now everybody calling you a motherfucking scammer. You're not even a fucking scammer. Your supply and demand is fucked up. Now your whole business fucked up. Everybody calling you a scammer. Niggas start pulling up old tweets about you saying you want to be a scammer. Niggas start pulling up old shit saying, yeah, she says she loves to steal money even though you never said that shit. Niggas start putting 2 and 2 together saying, yeah, she was always lying when you was never fucking lying. It was just a fuck up. Like, especially in a time where it's so easy to get fucking canceled, you gotta have all your P's and Q's lined up. Or whatever. So stuff like that. And some people could get in a situation like that and really say, you know what, fuck this. I'm not selling products no more. Because, bitch, I done got canceled. Niggas think I'm a scammer. My reputation is fucked up. That's something you could have prevented. So I think that we should know the difference between, like, body breakdown and, like... So I think that's one way to know if you really need to change careers. Or if you really... just need to change how you move. You get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you just need to change how you move. I'm trying to see one more thing. All right, it was another thing I wanted to talk about on the topics list. Well, not one more thing, but it's mad things, but I'm just saying. Body breakdown, chronic busy brain. I've been through that. Busy brain... I'm thinking of, you ever had problems at work and it just keep fucking with your head? That could be too, it could depend. Because that could be a mental health issue. Because sometimes some people just deal with so much anxiety, they start overthinking everything somebody done said to them, somebody done did to them. Like, bitch, did you get your paycheck on Friday? That's all that fucking matters. You can't worry about what motherfuckers is doing at the job. Did you get paid? That's all you need to be worried about. Like, and yeah, like I said, when you come home, the job is done. You feel me? Unless you work from home, fine. Your job is 24/7. I think when you run a business, it's kind of hard to not have a busy brain. I think it's kind of hard not to have a busy brain in general. I feel like if you ain't thinking about work, you're thinking about something. You know, some things you just got to get into meditation, get into prayer, find things you like. Like, I know me, when my mind runs amok, I just start watching, like, my favorite TV show. I just start watching The Office. I watch YouTube because I'm so consumed on the show. I'm fucking dying laughing. I'm trying to figure out the fucking plot. If I watch a movie, whatever the fuck going on, that I can't even, like, I can't even think about everything else right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think you gotta know. But sometimes some people can't even watch TV. They can't even go on social. They so fucking stuck on everything just going on in business. And some people think that that's healthy. Like, my mind is always on the bag. My mind is always on the business, period. And sometimes it could be borderline unfucking healthy. Like, for real. And I think that's the difference. We need to, a lot of times we don't know the difference between, like people so obsessed with hustle culture and, like, oh, I never sleep type shit. Like, no. And this is why you see a lot of super successful people talking about they're depressed, they're battling addiction, committing suicide, suicidal. You feel me? Because of hustle mentality, or just feeling like you're responsible for so much people and things like that. So there definitely needs to be that balance where we know the difference between, like, hustling, over hustle. Like, hustle. Like, I'm about to take that word out of my vocabulary, because, okay, I do understand hustlers. Some people are just hustlers. When I think of hustlers is people who know how to get money regardless. Some people use the word hustler as, like, I'm always getting money. I'm always thinking about money. Like, it's always money over everything, job over everything, work over everything. Bang, bang, bang. I hustle. Pop, pop, pop. Like, stop with this shit. Like, y'all niggas is working my nerves. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like the hustle culture is just, like, very overrated, very gonna fuck up your mental health, very much you're gonna need therapy. Like, that's just what this fuck is given, like, period. The Grand Canyon shit, the Confidence Canyon, I didn't get that one that much. I'm gonna keep it above. Sticky money, half the motherfucking time, that's the reason why mad people stay in a job. Mad people stay in a career. You feel me? Like, that's probably the top reason a person would stay in a job. And having responsibilities, or when you're a business owner, next thing you know, you start hiring people. You hired an assistant, you hired a producer, you hired a creative person, whatever, fucking, I don't know, a makeup artist, a hairstylist, bitch, you got everybody on motherfucking payroll. Now you feel responsible for not only your check, but paying other people's check. And look, if COVID should have taught you something, bitch, when all these jobs said, look, we ain't making no money due to COVID, so, bitch, we gonna have to let y'all go. If you ain't making no money, if you feeling motherfucking stressed out, if you feel like this job ain't for me, you gotta lay them off. They gonna find a new job. I got laid off. I found a new job. Took long, but I had to take that L. Niggas get fired every day, B. Like, you gotta protect your sanity. People know what it is with jobs, too. Like, if you've been in the work world, you already know that, or you should know, no job is promised. That's one thing I tell people all the time. Like, humble yourself when you work under somebody, my nigga, period. You better humble yourself, because you could lose that job at any minute. You could be the best motherfucking worker, and motherfuckers will find a reason to fire you. Okay, I have seen a lot being a regular working woman. And I tell people that all the time. Like, I remember at one point, my husband, he was very unhumble with his job because he was getting fucking money, bitch. And I told his ass, you better humble yourself, because motherfuckers will find a reason to get you fired for anything. You feel me? Like, if they don't like you, if your boss just one day like, man, I don't fucking like Brittany. Like, something about her. Like, I'm not feeling her energy. Like, I'm not feeling her vibe. that bitch called out 2 times. Like, I'm not feeling her. They'll start switching on you and driving you insane and finding ways to get you to quit. Y'all ever been in that type of boat where niggas really try to find a way to just not only to fire you, but just to get you to quit so they don't have, so that you won't collect unemployment? Okay? Like, it's a market for that. Like, it's scary when you, and that's the one thing I'm so big on entrepreneurship because of shit like that. Because every job does that. Once a job is tired of your ass, or they want to get rid of your position, and you could be the best person in the fucking world, bitch. But if they got to get you going, they gonna get you going. They gonna start throwing projects at you, start cutting your hours if you work hourly. They gonna start making shit up, doing shit to piss you off, making up stuff, doing dumb shit, but doing it in such a professional manner where it's not even an HR issue. You feel me? Because these companies are very strategic. You get what I'm saying? So when you work under somebody, your job is never guaranteed. Always remember that. I know that, period. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say is like, you're going mad hard over this check shit. And that's why I think COVID was so important, because I think there was a lot of people that was in their job for a check. And it's like, nigga, now you're fired. Not fired, but you got laid off. You got furloughed or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't let a check hold you into no job. You can always get back on your feet. I have lived to see it. You can always get back on your motherfucking feet, bitch. And if you are a business person and you hire people, you got niggas take L's every day, B. Like, it is what it is. Like, real talk. Like, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. Self-medication and split personality. That's a big one for me, because I was big on that too. Like, even when I go to interviews, I'm not 100% myself. But sometimes I'll be like, I don't want to wear these shoes because I don't think this job would like these shoes, or I don't want to wear my hair a certain way, or certain stuff. And I'm just like, if I gotta be somebody completely different for this job, then I don't fucking want it. Cause now it's becoming borderline, bitch. You being a fucking whole second person, you coming home being somebody else. Like, yes, obviously, I'm ratchet, obviously on Britt Says. When I go to work, I'm not this ratchet. You feel me? That's fine. I'm not being completely different from myself. I'm just being professional. It should be no reason I'm at work acting like this. Like, people be killing me like, oh, the way you act in your podcast, I didn't know you act like that. Well, bitch, do you want me to be at work acting like a fucking nutcase? Like, what the fuck? Like, this is what you want? Or even like people who like I barely ever talk to. Oh, I didn't know you. Girl, you don't know me. That's why. What the fuck? Like, people be fucking killing me. Like, for real. Like, for real. Like, knock it off. This is who I am. This is the reality of it. This is why I love Britt Says, bitch. Okay? But sometimes you do gotta switch it up. Like, you can't just be being you 100%. Like, I hate when people say that. Like, no, you shouldn't be at work on 100. You shouldn't be at work on Britt Says time. Shouldn't. Certain jobs that's not the requirement, bitch. Like, you gotta be a certain way. Am I still very personable, chatty, conversational? Yes, I am very much that. Like, I can hold conversations with people. I can talk to people. I actually become very, because I feel like sometimes when I get to a new job, I act very pushbacky and act weird, but this time around, I'm not like that, and I wonder why. I'm very, it could be therapy, bitch. I don't know, because sometimes a lot of that shit correlate with anxiety and just PTSD from other jobs. Like, when you go to a new space and you feel like you gotta protect yourself and shit. Like, nigga, what is you protecting yourself? Like, you think somebody would, like, what the fuck? So I feel like it might be just a mental health thing. I think maybe therapy is working. Like, I'm really not shy. I never was shy. I just was very guarded. Like, if I come to a new space, I act very guarded. Like that. But this time around, I'm not, like, guarded. Like, obviously, I'm not in there, like, telling my business and shit. But I'm very, like, hey, good morning. I feel like I'm giving bad examples because I always will say good morning, because I think that's just respect. But I'm just like, how are you today? Type shit. Sometimes I'll be like, hey, good morning. Boop, bop, boop, boop, boop. But I won't say, how are you doing today? How was your weekend? Like, I'm never like that. Like, when people was like that to me, I'm like, it's giving nosy. I tell them, like, yeah, this weekend I was just mad chill, minding my business. Da, da, da. Like, I'm like that. When people come in, I'm like, hey, da, 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 da. Like, I could really have a conversation with you. Like, I'll really talk to you. Like, that type of thing. I was never like that before. So, that's neither here nor there. But, so I feel like I am myself, but just a professional version of it. But if you feel like you gotta go to work and be like a fucking 360, some people are really like that. Like, just 100%. Or even, and not even in just a good way. It could be a bad way. Because I've experienced that too, where the person I was at work was just evil. Vice versa, who I was outside. Like, even when people, oh my gosh, like, I was talking to my coworker, and we would talk about stories, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I did some of the things I did, or said some of the things I said. Granted, like, you know, like, when like, I'll see him play and they'll tell me some shit I did, I'm like, shit. Honestly, when I'm in, it depends on my position too. Like, I feel like I would still probably do those things, but maybe not on that level. Like, even if I feel like if a friend or family member was to hear some of the things I've done at work, they would be like, Brittany did that? And it's like, yes, because these motherfuckers be bugging the fuck out clean. But you shouldn't have to go to work and get out of character. Like, it's the arguing in the work group chats for me. It's the happening to, you know, I was a manager, so I had to sometimes discipline people, or, you know, some of the work, the employees don't even be that bad. It be the management team, bitch. Used to be getting arguments with the management team, turned up, see motherfuckers crying. I done cried, like shit like that. Like, real talk, wanting to beat bitches up, like, really, like, that, like, do you have a problem? Like, like, so I do understand. Like, I feel like when you really getting out of your character, and I had to leave that job. You, like, that's not who I am. Like, that's not who I am. I don't care what position I'm in, whether I'm a manager, whether I'm not a manager. That is not who I am. I should never have to act like that. I don't give a fuck. Period. Some people, like, that's how I give it up. And by all means, beautiful. But me, that's not who I am. Even, like, at other jobs, even if I felt a dispute with somebody or whatever, I have never had to get out of character or be a different person. But I have experienced that where I've been a bad version of myself at jobs. Yes. So it's not even just you being just fake at work. Sometimes you might just be a whole nother human being. And if you having to do that, honey, it's time to go. Dead ass. You feel me? In business, what about entrepreneurship? Because I want to make sure I bring up the entrepreneurs, because I feel like in entrepreneurship too, you know, it's I feel like those kind of jobs too it's like you really never know when to leave. No, you know, but like, how can I explain? Like, first of all, I feel like people start businesses and quit them every day. I see it all the time. But I feel like once you in it, like, even when you halfway good, what if you want to quit? You know what I'm saying? So I like to, like, bring it up. Like, is it making you a different person? I've seen people too that's entrepreneurs and extremely unhumble. Like, one time I had got my hair done, since we talking about getting my hair done, by this girl, and she was young. And she was just talking about how, like, she changed with her friends, and her friends be treating her differently. And she was like, I just feel like they're mad because I'm getting money because I do hair now, and da-da-da. And I'm just like, it's giving not humble. And I don't think they was mad at her or anything. She just didn't have time. Maybe they just missed her. Like, but you could tell, like, in her tone that she was just hyped. She was getting money and blah blah blah, and like, she do hair and like like, it was given, like, her energy was just so very I'm it. Like, when I was in school, a lot of people went to college and they try to, like, you could tell it was, like, really deep rooted for her. And she's an entrepreneur. She is. She works for herself. She just works for nobody. She works for herself. So I feel like you becoming a different person. She's saying, like, a lot of my friends don't want to be around me no more. And I'm like, you the type, like, in my head I'm thinking, like, you the type of person, like, you know, those type of people that, like, once they do a business and they got a business, they start getting really, really cocky. Like, every time you're around them, they want to talk about, yeah, I did 5 heads. Like, she probably was like, I did 5 heads today and I made like $1,000 today. Like, she probably the type of person you get around and they like, and they just like so hyped that they're an entrepreneur. Like, yeah, I didn't go to college. Like, that college shit was a dub. Now I'm getting more money than niggas in college. And she's saying it to her friends that went to college, and it's just coming off very condescending. And I hate when people like, that's on you though. That's you. You're projecting. Like, just because I'm telling you I make $1,000 a week, or I didn't go to college and you went to college and I make more money than you, that shouldn't upset you. No, bitch. It's gonna upset me because you trying to be funny and you're trying to be condescending. Like, that's a topic of discussion too, is like, people like to be like, when are people actually really in their feelings, and when are you actually being an asshole? You get what I'm saying? Because people like doing that. Like, they'll say some shit and then they're gonna be like, but why are you taking it personal? Like, that's on you. That sounds like a personal problem. No, bitch. When you said what you said it to get me tight. You knew exactly what you was doing. Like, you lined that statement up to line me up. Okay? So it was giving me very much that. Like, I hate when people get around people and they like, yeah, after I got out of college, like, after I did school, like, I started a business. My business is booming. Like, I don't do the 9 to 5, but you're around mad people who do 9 to 5s. That shit is disrespectful. It's not about, like, it's not about being in your feelings. Like, it's not about that. It's about having respect. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a way you say things and your tone. People's not big on tone. We could probably do an episode on tone. Okay? Because, I feel like people do that a lot. Like, it's like, you know what the fuck you doing. Like, it's not about that. It's not about, nobody's jealous of you. We're happy for you. It's about the way it's like you're trying to talk down. It's definitely a thing. But a lot of people like to say, oh, but are you jealous? Like, I feel like they're jealous of me. Like, no, you're being an asshole. Like, you're literally doing this shit on purpose. Like, stop, for real. Like, motherfuckers really be blowing my shit. Like, no, you're saying this to be an actual asshole. Like, you're not saying it because you're speaking your truth. You're saying it in a condescending way to try to bring us down for our choices. Like, okay, you decided to do hair. You're making money, dope. We decided to do 9 to 5. And you need to respect that, period. And it's a way you say things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be like, let's say she wants to talk about her job. She don't even have to, like, you don't even have to say, like, yeah, I'm making $1,000. Like, you don't have to do all that. Like, I know some people like, but that's the truth. Like, you know how people like, I'm saying my truth. Like, I make $1,000 a day. Like, fuck out of here. Like, all right. Like, people be missing the point. And maturity is knowing when you're missing the fucking point. Like, a lot of motherfuckers be really missing the point. And it really shows the lack of maturity. It really does. It really does. It really, really does. We're going to do an episode on humbleness too. But it just shows the lack of maturity. And I just want to say, when I'm saying all that, it's just to say that even you could become an entrepreneur and become out of your character and start having some personalities. And I think that's one of the ways is when you start getting a little too big-headed and you start feeling like, I can't hang around the 9 to 5ers. Like, I can't. These bitches don't got no money. I can't. Like, stop. I'm famous. I got, I don't know, 30,000 followers on Instagram. Whatever the fuck you got going on. Like, you becoming a different person and you're not even privy to it. So, it's definitely possible in entrepreneurship. I'm going to take a break, too, from that because I have another experience in mind, and it's about businesses. So, this is about, well, I feel like we don't have to just talk about influencers. It could be any business because I feel like it's not just influencers. It's people who sell hair, who do hair, who do eyelashes, who do massages, bitch. I be finding everything. I know all y'all bitches who make cakes, who make plates. So 6 signs, it's time to close your business because I wanted to talk about that too. Like, when is it time to, like, you know. So let me read the briefing. Oh, and this is on hermoney.com. It doesn't say who it was written by. So, wow. It's kind of the same things But all right, I just want to look at it before I read it because I ain't shit. I had looked at it briefly, but not fully because I like to be surprised. Okay, I'm gonna go. All right, so it says, starting their business is tough, but as some owners have experienced, closing up shop can be even tougher. While you may hate to admit it, I know I did. It's emotional. Cody McClain, the founder of Support Ninja and digital creative agency Wirefuse, describes the moment of letting go, beautifully building something from scratch. All right, so the first thing is you aren't meeting annual revenue projections. After 2 to 3 years, it's time to take your company's financial temperature. Check your company's financial temperature. If you're still not turning a profit and you're out of money, this does not mean that it's time for a loan that puts you further into debt. Instead, it may be time to seriously consider cutting your losses so you don't wind up in personal financial trouble. I mean, that's number one. Like, are you gaining anything from this and losing anything from this? Some companies, businesses, like it's a podcast, you can't really lose money. You can. Can you though? No, I don't think so. I mean, if you pay for memberships, like I pay for Spreaker every month, and that's like $20. Like, so I guess that in that sense. But you like certain things you can't really lose money. I feel like obviously before you start anything, you have to buy products. So I feel like if you buy like 400 products or something of whatever you wanted to sell, that's fine. Because in order to start a business, you have to invest, period. That's just the reality of it. Like, you can't, like, it's no business you can really start for free. Even a podcast, bitch. I had to buy the camera. I had bought a microphone. I had to buy the motherfucking speaker, bitch. Like, you're gonna always have to invest in yourself. I feel like buying makeup, buying clothes every once in a while, doing my fucking hair. That's investing. It's just the reality of it. Sorry. But damn, 3 years though? She said in 3 years if you haven't seen any revenue. I guess I get it because the thing is with money and revenue, you losing money. You losing mad money. Like, let's say you pay rent on the store and your store ain't making no money, you're losing mad bread. So if you have a business and you paying something out of pocket monthly, weekly, daily, and you're not making any return on that, yeah, I would say I get it. After 3 years, I'm just such a creative. It just hurts my heart to hear somebody like break their company. I guess maybe you don't have to. You could close the store, but you could go. What's that called? Internet only. I don't fucking know. Your personal health has gone south. So we talked about that kind of briefly. So I'm not gonna get into that, but I'll read a little bit. If you find yourself becoming unhealthy, whether through weight gain, weight loss, constant fatigue, which is a big difference from being tired as an excited entrepreneur, or heightened anxiety, then you should evaluate whether your business is worth a decline in your physical and mental health. So, your mission loses its luster. Let's read this. Starting to forget why you started the business to begin with. This is definitely a sign that your company is heading toward the danger zone. It could mean one of the two things, and both usually leads to the same unfortunate outcome. First, it could be that your mission is unclear if vital checkpoints, like objectives and a clear customer, are missing. You know, I like this because, first of all, some people's mission never had luster from the start. And I don't like talking shit, but I'm gonna talk shit. Like, I feel like sometimes people start businesses with no clear vision, you know? And I think that's where it might lack longevity. Because I feel like, all right, you started a lash company because what? You can learn how to do lashes mad quick, but what's your vision? What's your goal? What's your mission? What makes you stand out from every other lash girl? Right? Presentation. Like, some motherfuckers don't have no presentation. Like, I'm big on that. Like, even when I be looking for the hair braiders, like, the camera quality for me, like, because sometimes the braids don't even be all that. Because I have experienced that. But I got my hair done and the braids weren't all that, bitch. Okay? But, bitch, she put the right filter on it. She got a little setup in her house. I didn't even know she was doing hair in her house, bitch. She got a little setup in her house where Like, it's not giving you in-house hair braiding. It wasn't giving that at all whatsoever. So basically, I say all that to say, I don't know. It's just shit don't be having no vision, no ass, like for instance, like I hate when somebody start a business and let's say I bring it up and they be like, but what is it? Like, I feel like that's a problem. Somebody got to ask me, what is it? What is that? Like, why can't I? Like, I feel like the customer should clearly know what the fuck is going on here. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, oh, what do they sell? What is in it? Like, what's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like sometimes that happens, though. Like, and people think it doesn't happen because lately, like, people sell us really mediocre things, so they think it's, like, easy to sell. But you'd be surprised. Like, you'd be very, very surprised. Because, like, I see stuff and I'm just like, for instance, I'm not going to even get into that. But whatever, moving on. Or like, for instance, people be selling shit and everybody be selling the same shit. Like, bitch, get a different vendor. Or maybe if you buy something from a vendor, put your own little judge on it. You feel me? Put your own little thing on it. Like, why? And then y'all will shop from the same vendors. Like, for instance, I remember when the headbands with the thing was a thing. I don't know if it's still in or whatever. Like, those big headbands with the diamonds, mad bitches were selling them. But all of y'all were selling the same ones from the same vendor. Like, why you ain't put a little extra little symbol, your symbol on your shit? Or maybe like put something inside. Like, I don't know. Like, but why should I buy your headbands instead of old girl headbands? You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of companies do this. Like makeup. There's fucking 8,000 types of foundation. Right? And a lot of them make money. Maybelline makes money. CoverGirl makes money. Fenty makes money. Too Faced makes money. Sephora makes money. All of them make money. And they all sell the same shit to us. Why? Because they all have different visions, different ideas, different looks, and different aesthetics. But they have a mission and a vision and a statement. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. Moving on. I think that's a big one, though. But see, that one I think is the hardest because a lot of people, especially today, don't even pay attention to that. Like, I feel like a lot of people wouldn't even stop there. They once the money start flowing, that's when they're going to start paying attention. They wouldn't even pay attention to the mission. You get what I'm saying? Oh, the fuck? Sorry, it was a fucking fly. Is the window open? I'm so sorry, y'all. Moving on. You love your product more than your customers do. Oh my gosh, this is hitting too close to home. Is your business providing a solution that customers are actually looking for? Or is your company centered on something you care about and really, really want others to care about too? I don't know. I don't know about that. You know, it's funny because sometimes people like present things to me, not friends. Like, I've had, like, for instance, I don't want to talk about nobody. All right, I had something. I have them in the house. If you ever come over here, you probably won't, but whatever. Like, I had these like little filters in my house, right? But I was offered it for free to give a review, and I was open to it because it was like a filter, like an air purifier, but it was like in a bag, like a charcoal air purifier. I'm like, bitch, I love my air purifier, period, purr. And I got 2 air purifiers in the house, but I just love my air to be purified. But I'm like, people come here and they're like, Brittany, what the fuck is this? Because I got 4, it came with 4 of them. So I put 1 in the kitchen, 1 in the living room, 1 in my bedroom, 1 in the nursery, right? So they're like, Brittany, what is these little bags? And I'm like, bitch, it's the air purifier. Like, but see how, like, if people see it, they don't know what the fuck it is. I wouldn't want to buy it online. I feel like you selling something to me that you want me to buy. Like, people just rather buy a real air purifier that you feel like it's actually cleaning the air. Like, I feel like people can't look at that bag and feel like it's actually cleaning the air. So that's just an example. And I'm looking at it right now, too. I mean, it might be doing something. I like it. It's cute. I like the design of it. Like, some people's good at that. Designing and selling and branding. So, whatever. So that is possible to try to sell something to people that you think they want. Your key employees are leaving. Okay, well, this is when you're a big, big company. That's a different topic of discussion. Bowery, the saying you're always the last one to know is especially true when the expert team you built starts to leave. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. And it's sad. It's sad because that goes back to being too big headed too. Like you get so excited your company got big, you're not even willing to make changes or pay attention to what's going on in the company that everybody see. Please. I could bring that up with some company. I ain't gonna say nobody name though. Period. Sleep mode isn't an option. Sleep mode is a dormant status and that allows you to slow down your business and resume it at a later date. People really think of purposefully stagnating their business instead of completely throwing it in the towel. Yeah, like if you can't sleep, if you go to sleep and your business crash, bitch, this shit not working. Like I said, fucking Elon Musk, if that nigga want to sleep for 8,000 days, he gonna be good. Because he made something so new. He made a fucking self-driving car, my nigga. Like, he's making a robot. I can't. Like, people like that, or Amazon right now. I think something could top Amazon. Anything could be top, bitch. But Jeff Bezos, didn't he even step down? Like, certain shit is but he could lose it. I don't know anything that's going on in the company in the inside spectrum, but you know, some people, if they could sleep, they couldn't get sleep and be good. Can you? That was the last one. So I don't know. I just feel like I'm gonna go back to the other article. I want to get into knowing when to fully change when you should. I don't like the word quit. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't think you should ever really quit if you don't want to quit. I feel like when you want to quit, you're gonna quit. I don't feel like you should ever give up on your dreams, even when you're at a low. Now, if you're doing something where you're losing tons and tons of money and you're going into debt, obviously, and you got responsibilities and a family and shit, yeah, then I need to have a different topic of discussion. But I feel like you need to try to revamp. Like, people could revamp a brand or change the aesthetic. Like Apple. Apple wasn't always that girl. PC was that girl. And then they made these weird looking computers with this bubble thing in the back with the different colors. And, you know, they kept reinventing themselves. Apple looks nothing like what it looked like before. You know what I'm saying? So it's about reinventing yourself. You know, like even when Jeff Bezos made Amazon, that's something I feel like he could have gave up on. At first, it was just about books. I remember that too, because when I went to college, they was like, "Oh, go on Amazon to get books, to get your textbooks, Then he elevated it. Now it makes way more money. It wasn't. Now he's like, "Well, I'm not gonna just keep reselling books. Maybe I could sell motherfucking tape." Shit, you started being able to get anything on fucking Amazon. Anything you want, you can get on Amazon now. It's not only about books. You know, and I saw him do an interview about why he decided to do Amazon. This is really, really old. So that's why I'm like, not big on giving up. But I think in your heart, you know, when you're not really passionate about something. And I think a lot of times too, especially today, a lot of us do things because we just want to find a way to get money and make money quick. But are you really passionate about that? Are you really built on that? Is that really an idea you really love? And you really, like, sometimes people think of an idea. Like, I feel like I think of ideas that can thrive, you know. But can I really do that idea and do it well? Probably not, because I'm not really passionate about it. I just have a good idea. And for some people, y'all might say, if you got a good idea, bitch, you better run with it. But I feel like I might need somebody to help me push that vision further. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I won't come up here and tell people to quit. I just won't. A business, that I won't. A job, bitch, I will tell you to quit a job in a fucking heartbeat. If you work under somebody and that shit is stressing you out, driving you fucking insane, throwing you off the roof, bitch, quit. Okay, I will tell you to quit a job so fast you wouldn't even know what the fuck hit you. Okay, because I've been there, done that. If you working under somebody, you could quit. Period. If it's not your business, you can quit. And you can find another job. It may not be easy. It's going to be a rough road, but you're going to be okay. So Don't even see. I'm very, very, very 1 and 2. So I'll tell you to quit your day job, but I won't tell you to quit your business unless you really want to. I feel like people who quit, who give up, is because they wanted to. You don't need me to tell you to give up your business. You don't need nobody to tell you that. You're gonna just do it. People who work 9 to 5s need somebody to tell them to quit. They do. Sometimes they need that because they feel so dependent on that job. When you're an entrepreneur and you're not really even getting money like that, you don't need nobody to tell you to quit. You already was broke. You already started the business with no fucking money, bitch. You already know what it is. So that's a decision you need to make on your own. Sometimes when you're working under somebody, you getting a consistent check and you're getting health benefits and you're getting 401ks and you're paying rent and you're getting constant money and you know that check is going to be the same every Friday. That's really hard to quit. Vice versa, being an entrepreneur and your money is 1 month, you might have a good month, the next month you might have a bad month. You already know what the fuck it is. So it's for you. You need to really pick and choose. I don't feel comfortable telling somebody to quit a business. I just feel like, because you never know. Everybody who has started, well, for the most part, unless you came from a rich family, but most people started from the bottom. And even if they came from a rich family, the first person who made the fucking company was probably dead broke. Probably. They wasn't an heiress. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of companies been around for so long before they got big. And I think it's all about consistency. If you don't feel passionate, if you're not in love with what you're doing, if you don't feel like doing something, and it's not because you're experiencing something in your life, because I stopped doing things when I experienced something too traumatic. If you just really just not in the mood to do something and you want to give up, or you just, like, it's not for you. You know when something is not for you. Like, if you ain't built for this shit, if you can't handle the 0 views, the 2 views, the $0, the fucking being in the game for 5 years until you finally get your big break, then bitch, it's not for you. And you could go. And there's nothing wrong with that. I see it every day too. I see people leaving LA saying, you know, I'm tired of the rejection. And I love it. It ain't for everybody. This shit ain't for everybody. The life ain't for everybody. Entrepreneurship ain't for everybody. Fame ain't for everybody. Being an actor, being a singer, being a rapper, it's not for everybody. So many people every day, you know, I was watching, like, they want to be football players and basketball players and stuff like that every single day. But not everybody makes it. Not everybody makes the cut. And that's just the reality of it. So it's all on you when it comes to business. Business is you. And what can you do? What can you do to change it? Business is not something you just give up. I'm not going to come here and say that. I think it's just revamping, figuring things out, and being progressive. And yeah, I guess this episode was good. Very progressive, bitch. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I did. You know, if you're thinking about changing careers, changing your career path, I hope you take everything in that was said in this episode. It's not easy. I know 100%. Trust me. I know first fucking hand. But you will make the best decision. Some of y'all need to get in touch with God, because if you ain't making choices with him, honey, all your choices is gonna go astray. And that's just me. But you know, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram _Britt. And if you're streaming, make sure you leave a comment and leave me 5 stars. And make sure you tell somebody. Like, jeez, the 3 people, the 4 people, the 5 people that watch, you can tell one fucking person. Jesus. But yes, I will see you guys when next week.